Jai Hind, dear students of class 11 geography optional. Welcome in geography class today, and today I am going to discuss with you chapter 16 of book 1, fundamentals of human geography, fundamentals of physical geography, biodiversity and conservation. You have already learned about the geomorphic process, especially weathering and the depth of weathering mantle. The depth of weathering mantle is different in different climatic zones because the weathering is dependent on insolation and water ability. So the basic cause for the such weathering variation and resultant biodiversity is the simply solar energy and water. No wonder that the areas that are rich in these inputs are areas of the wide spectrum of biodiversity like the tropical regions. Biodiversity is a system in constant evolution. Biodiversity as we have today is the result of about 2.5 to 3.5 billion years of evolution before the advent of humans. Our Earth supported more biodiversity than in any other period. It said that biodiversity is a system in constant evolution from a point of view of species as well as from viewpoint of an individual organism. The average half-life of a species is estimated at between 1 and 4 million years, and 99% of the species that ever lived on Earth are today extinct. Biodiversity is not found evenly on the Earth, it is also right. In tropical areas, more biodiversity is found there as compared to desert area. The hot and humid regions like equatorial forest, more diversity of plants and animals can be seen. The term biodiversity itself is explaining about the meaning of it, that bio means a life and diversity means a variety. It means simply the various all life forms present on the earth are the part of biodiversity. So biodiversity in simple words is the number and variety of organisms found within a specified geographic region. It refers to the varieties of plants, animals and microorganisms. And this term biodiversity was first coined by E. O. Wilson. Biodiversity also relates the variability among living organisms on the earth, including the variability within and between the species and that within and between the ecosystem. Biodiversity is our living wealth. Of course, our life is dependent on the availability of this biodiversity. Biodiversity can be discussed at three levels, namely the genetic diversity, second the species diversity, third the ecosystem diversity. Then what is genetic diversity? Genetic diversity simply is the differences in genes within a species. Like genes are the basic building blocks of various and various life forms. So genetic biodiversity refers to the variation of genes within species. Group of individual organisms having certain similarities in their physical characteristics are called species. Human beings genetically belong to Homo sapiens group. We human beings, we are also the part of one grouping of organism, and we are belonging to the group called Homo sapiens, and also differ in their physical characteristics such as height, color, physical appearance, etc. considerably. You can see the people of Africa are black in color, having thick lips, broad nasal index. The people of Europe are little bit taller, they are white in color. We Indians are different. Within India, you can see the South India people are of different colors, height, and having different type of hair as compared to the North India. So this genetic diversity is essential for a healthy breeding of population of species. Then we are going to discuss about the species diversity as the name. It refers to the variety of species. कितने हजार या लाख प्रकार के पौधे हैं, जीव जंतु हैं. In India, do you know more than 47,000 species of plants and more than 90,000 species of animals are there present in country. So India is one of the 12th mega biodiversity countries of the world. So simply, species diversity relates to the number of species in a defined area. The diversity of species can be measured through its richness, abundance and types. कितने रिच हैं, कितने ज्यादा हैं और कितने प्रकार के हैं. Some areas are more rich in species than others. Simply said, areas rich in species diversity are called hotspots of the diversity. In your book, map is given, must go through the map. You will see that there are many regions of the world which are called the ecological hotspots, where a variety of life forms are present. Next is the ecosystem diversity. We have studied about the ecosystem in the earlier chapter, right? We have discussed that there are basically two types of ecosystem, terrestrial and aquatic. The broad differences between ecosystem types and diversity of habitats and ecological processes occurring within each ecosystem type constitute the ecosystem diversity. But it is very difficult and complex process to demarcate ecosystem and their boundaries. A ecosystem may flourish within a pond. May the whole earth can be considered as an ecosystem. एक छोटे से तालाब में ही इकोसिस्टम हो सकता है या संपूर्ण पृथ्वी को मानते हैं हम एक इकोसिस्टम. और फॉर द सेक ऑफ स्टडी फॉर द बेनिफिट्स फॉर इजीनेस we have classified world into different type of climatic zones. We have divided world into different type of biomes and ecosystem types. Generally said, the large ecosystem on earth is termed as biomes like the savanna biomes. So it's all they are important for survival of human being. So biodiversity no doubt is important for us, our survival as far as the survival of many other creatures living on the earth surface. Biodiversity has contributed in many ways to the development of human culture, and in turn human communities have played a major role in shaping the diversity of nature at the genetic, species and ecological levels. It is also right. We have made lot of changes there in the physical environment. From the physical world we have taken variety of resources, we have converted into useful form. We have taken the seeds of different crops from nature. Through genetic engineering we have developed many hybrid seeds, etc. So far. So there are great role of, or you can say importance or significance of biodiversity. First is the ecological role we are going to discuss. The biodiversity plays many roles, can be discussed at three levels. The role of biodiversity in ecology, that is called ecological role of biodiversity, economic role of biodiversity and scientific role of biodiversity. First, ecological role of biodiversity. Species of many kinds perform some function or the other in an ecosystem. Nothing in an ecosystem evolves and sustains without any reason. It is right. Each and every species has to play a distinct role in the proper functioning and maintenance of the ecosystem. That means every organism, besides extracting its needs, also contributes something to useful to other organisms. We all organisms are interrelated, interdependent, as well as we are interacting with the physical environment too. Can you think the way we humans contribute to the sustenance of ecosystem? Of course, we have given many things to nature, taken many things from nature, and we have produced many new things on Mother Earth to make it more beautiful. But on the other hand, we have used a lot of resources, resulted in extinction of species also. Species capture and store energy, produce and decompose organic materials, help to cycle water and nutrients throughout the ecosystem, fix atmospheric gases, and help regulate the climate, right? These functions are important for ecosystem function and human survival both. The more the diverse the ecosystem is there, basically there is more availability of resources for better survival. Hence, the loss of species would decrease the ability of system to maintain itself. अगर संख्या कम होती जाती है किसी स्पेसीज की, एक्सटिंक्ट होते जाते हैं, तो इकोसिस्टम के प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग खराब होती जाती है और वो उसको मेंटेन नहीं कर पाता नेचुरली. Just like a species with a high genetic diversity and an ecosystem with high biodiversity may have greater chance. Just like a species with high genetic diversity, an ecosystem with high biodiversity may have greater chance of adapting environmental change. In other words, more the variety of species in an ecosystem, the more stable the ecosystem is likely to be. जितनी अधिक variety of species of plants and animals होगी, उस ecosystem का stability ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा. Next is the economic role of biodiversity. For all humans, biodiversity is an important resource in their day-to-day life. One important part of biodiversity is crop diversity, which is also called agrobiodiversity. Different types of crops are there. They are the part of agrobiodiversity. And seeds of these crops we have got from nature. Today in modern days, with the scientific approaches, we are having genetic engineering now and we are making hybrid seeds. But the basic seed we got from nature. So biodiversity is seen as the reservoir of resources to be drawn upon the manufacture of food. Food means खाना, pharmaceuticals, the medicine and cosmetic products. आता है ना, प्रकृति से लिया हुआ आपके एलोवेरा का जेल आपके शरीर के लिए बहुत अच्छा, like that. This concept of biological resources is responsible for the deterioration of biodiversity. One example I am giving here. One tree named yew, Y-E-W, yew, is found in Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh in Himalayan region in India. One chemical compound called Taxol is extracted from the bark of this tree, and this Taxol is used to treat some type of cancers, and it is the largest selling anti-cancer drug in the world. And in India, we are having availability of this yew plant. Recklessly we are cutting them down without planting again them. We have utilized them recklessly, indiscriminately. Now thousands of yew trees have dried up completely. So who is responsible for this depletion of this type of forest and species? We the human beings. Our excess use. Simply said, overuse and indiscriminate use of resources led three major problems. First, depletion of resources, रिसोर्स का खत्म होना. दूसरा, एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज इन फ्यू हैंड्स, कुछ लोगों के हाथ में ही सारी रिसोर्स का आना. और तीसरा, ग्लोबल इकोलॉजिकल क्राइसिस लाइक द ग्लोबल वार्मिंग, ओजोन लेयर डिप्लेशन एटसेट्रा. So we should know that because of this availability of biodiversity, our life is possible on the earth. At the same time, it is also the origin of new conflict dealing the rules of division and appropriation of natural resources. Some of the important economic commodities that biodiversity supplies to humankind are simply food, crops, livestock, जो जानवर हम पालते हैं, forest, fish, medicinal resources, etc. In India, more than 2,546 types of fishes are found. So, more than 2,000 type of fish available in our country, but hundreds of them we are using in our food, and rest are ignored. So, simply, any other species may extinct, which are having no valuable role in food. Next is the scientific role of biodiversity. Biodiversity is important because each species can give us clue as to how life evolved and will continue to evolve. हर एक जीव जंतु आपको एक ऐसा क्लू दे सकता है कि जीवन कैसे आया होगा धरती पे और कैसे कंटिन्यू ग्रो कर रहा है और कैसा होगा. Biodiversity also helps in understanding how life functions and the role of each species in sustaining ecosystem of which we are also a species. We are the part of ecosystem. This fact must be drawn upon every one of us so that we live and let other species also live their lives. It is ethical responsibility to consider that each and every species along with us and an intrinsic right to exist. Intrinsic right means they are the part of the real world, real nature. So each and every species has a equal right to survive. Hence, it is our morally wrong to voluntarily cause extinction of any species. The level of biodiversity is good indicator of state of our relationship with other living species. In fact, the concept of biodiversity is an integral part of many human cultures. Each and every species need to be conserved, preserved for sustenance and survival of all the living creatures on earth as well as the human beings. But we have lost a number of species in past. Many species are at the verge of extinction called endangered, and many species are there which are available on the earth surface, but it is easy to catch them. So they may change their status from vulnerable to endangered, and after endangered they will be declared extinct. So we have lost a lot of biodiversity from the mother earth. So we will discuss now the loss of biodiversity. Since the last few decades, growth of human population has increased, the rate of consumption of natural resources has increased. It has accelerated the loss of species and habitation of different parts of the world. Simply, tropical regions which occupy only one fourth. शुरू में हमें बताया था ट्रॉपिकल एरिया पूरे वर्ल्ड का 1/4 है and contain about 3/4 of world human population और लगभग 75% ह्यूमन पॉपुलेशन इसी ट्रॉपिकल एरिया में होती है रहती है. So here what happens? Over exploitation of resources and deforestation is going on, have become rampant to fulfill the needs of large population and ever growing population of humans, as this tropical rainforest contain 50% of species on the earth. Destruction of natural habitats have proved disastrous for entire biosphere. Natural calamities such as earthquakes, floods, volcanic eruptions, forest fires, drought cause damage to flora and fauna of the earth. Simply bringing change the biodiversity of respective affected region. It's all due to flood, volcanic eruption, forest fire, drought, etc. Pesticide and other pollutants such as hydrocarbons and toxic heavy metals destroy the weak and sensitive species. Do you know, due to excess use of pesticide, the peacocks are decreasing in India in their number. There are many examples when a natural biotic community of the ecosystem suffered extensive damage because of introduction of exotic species. As in Himalayan region, chestnut and oaks were common in the past, but because of plantation of pine tree over a large area, now many species of plants are not found over those regions of Himalayas. During the time of British, when India was a colony to Britain, for scientific forestry has led decreasing the number of plants there in that part. During the last few decades, some animals like tiger, elephants, rhinoceros, crocodiles, minks and birds were hunted mercilessly by poachers for the horn, tusk, hides. It is right. Poaching means illegal hunting. Hunting is banned now and the illegal hunters are called as poachers. It has resulted in rendering of certain types of organisms as endangered category. बहुत सारे जानवर तो अब थोड़े से नंबर में बचे हैं. The IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources, IUCN has classified the threatened species of plants and animals into 3 categories basically for purpose of conservation. First, the endangered species includes those species which are in danger of extinction, like red panda. It is an endangered species. One type of plant I am discussing, Jankaria sebasti, a critically endangered grass in Agastya Malai Peak in India in south. Then vulnerable species. These include the species which are likely to be endangered of extinction in near future if the factors threatening to their extinction continue. It means the negative factor continues to operate against them. Rare species. The species which are less in number naturally are confined to limited area. Like you can say rare species, the hornbill, Dhanesh desert fox, etc. So it is our duty to conserve biodiversity. So in next class we will discuss again about conservation of biodiversity. Thank you. Have a nice day.